The Department of Justice under the Biden administration has taken a shot at one state that has taken a step to protect the rights of their citizens, specifically a Second Amendment Preservation Act. Sit by and watch this episode of Guns and Gadgets to learn more. Today's video is brought to you by Premier Body Armor. Premier Body Armor is 100% made in the USA. Everything is domestically sourced, and they have a ton of products for you to choose from. Specifically today, I want to show you their backpack inserts. This is the backpack I've been running with for about a month or so. And not everybody wants to walk around with a full plate carrier, but more and more people out there in today's world carry a backpack as part of their everyday activities, their everyday carry, if you will. Now, these panels will fit in backpacks and briefcases and laptop bags. They're very pliable, so you're not going to feel a big brick in your back. And they're TSA approved, so you can travel with them. And they're legal in every state. They're perfect for your everyday use, and they're even better for those that you love the most. Head over to premierbodyarmor.com/GNG and use code GNG to save 10% on your entire order. Thanks again to Premier Body Armor for sponsoring this video. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, the premier source for Second Amendment news. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you watching. We're going to talk about Missouri and the Second Amendment Preservation Act that you've seen here on this channel as it evolved. Well, it was signed into law, and the Second Amendment Preservation Act, among other things, it stops the ability of local and state authorities, police, etc., from assisting the federal government in enforcing any governmental, unconstitutional gun control. Now, because that was a big platform for the Biden administration to get elected, he's trying to follow through on some of those promises. But states like Missouri and Tennessee and Texas and Oklahoma have signed laws stating that it's not going to happen here, which caused Biden's administration to have the Department of Justice send a letter to the Attorney General and the Governor of Missouri saying that your new law is trying to nullify federal law and therefore is unconstitutional, and we demand an answer to this. And they gave him a couple days. Well, the very next day, Attorney General Eric Schmidt and Governor Parson responded, and their response was awesome. They called out the Biden administration. They said, first off, we're not nullifying anything. And what we've done here is protect the rights of people in our state, our citizens. But they said that they're not nullifying any federal law, just stopping people in the state from enforcing unconstitutional laws. Now, in their response to Biden's DOJ bobos, they cited constitutional law in where they were correct under the 10th Amendment. And among other things, the AG and governor said that we do not get our rights from a king, a queen, or the government. The Second Amendment is a fundamental right, and this is the will of the legislature in Missouri. Now, it's worth noting that AG Schmidt in Missouri is one of the 23 attorneys general who are urging the United States Supreme Court to deem New York's licensing scheme for gun permits under the Second Amendment, to deem it as unconstitutional. In that case, I think it's going to be a landmark case, and we'll stay tuned for that. You can subscribe to this channel if you want to know more about that. But one of the things the Biden administration specifically cited was the Supremacy Clause. For those who aren't aware of the Supremacy Clause, if you have a state law and a federal law that are in conflict of each other, meaning this one okays something that this one doesn't, then the federal law would take precedent. It would be the supreme law of the land. However, that does not apply if the federal law contradicts the U.S. Constitution, which is what all of Biden's gun control does. So in my opinion here, again, just my opinion, the Second Amendment Preservation Act in Missouri would not be overruled by the federal law, because the federal law is in violation of the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution. So the AG in Missouri has said they are prepared to fight this all the way. If Biden ends up launching a suit through his Attorney General, they will fight it and prove that they are correct in defending our rights. And also, it should be noted that the city of St. Louis and St. Louis County, both entities, have also sued the state, saying the same thing, that the Second Amendment Preservation Act is looking to nullify federal law. And if you read these things, they don't nullify anything. What they do is they say, look, ATF, whoever, ATF, ICE, FBI, you want to do your federal investigations or work in our state, you can do that, but we're not going to help you. We're not going to give one nickel towards your help, and good luck with manpower. And that's basically what they say in a nutshell. So good on the AG and the governor of Missouri for standing tall, standing for the citizenry, standing for our rights. It's a really good thing to see. Good on the other states who have just signed them in as well, Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee. But things are happening and states are standing up in defiance of Bobo and his administration, and it is really refreshing to see. It's exactly what is needed. I have one other thing to tell you about this whole scenario in Missouri. The St. Louis chief of police recently resigned his position over the Second Amendment Preservation Act. And the reason he gave was that the Second Amendment Preservation Act would cause legal jeopardy, or could cause legal jeopardy for the rank and file officers from doing their job if they had to seize a firearm during an investigation. Well, I would say if the gun was seized incorrectly and unconstitutionally, then there should be some type of backlash for that. We've seen far too often things get done just because, but they weren't done legally or constitutionally, and the Second Amendment is no different. So if this chief thinks that he can't operate constitutionally, or get the police department to operate constitutionally, then maybe it's best he's not there for that job. Maybe he's not the best person for that job. But the Second Amendment Preservation Act, if you don't violate people's rights, doesn't cause an issue. And I would say the Constitution does that as well, and that's kind of how it should be. So all eyes are on the back and forth between Washington, D.C. and Missouri. I don't know why I'm doing that, but you know what I mean. If you want to stay up to snuff in what's going on, please consider subscribing to Guns and Gadgets. This is where you'll get all that information and more on a daily basis. If you don't see a video from me at least once a day, then I probably am not doing my job right. But check your subscriptions. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. Make sure that your notifications are turned on to all, and check the channel regularly because they don't notify people of what I'm doing. But thank you so much for your time. It is because of you and your viewership and your support for the Second Amendment that I continue to do this today, and I won't do it without you. So until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.